Welcome back to Aeon's End, and yes, I made an error last time, which I'm going to try to fix. I was thinking of trying to rewind everything and do it, but it's just probably going to make a more mess than not. So basically what happened is I missed drawing a Nemesis card at the end of the very first turn, which would have then only added one of these husks to the track, not six. Anyway, it too hard for me to unwind it. Bottom line is we should have drawn one extra Nemesis card for that whole last round. So I'm just going to draw an extra card right now to try and fix that. And it's Slaughter. It's an attack. Unleash. Gravehold suffers 3 damage. Well, unleashing means we add 2 husks to the husk tracker. And Gravehold is going to suffer 3 damage. So that's the card that should have been drawn at the end of the episode. Basically missed one. Gravehold is then going to go to 27 hit points. All right, now we can begin. So we'll shuffle our turn order cards again at the beginning of the episode. So things are a little messed up. All right, and now I'll try to remember to do everything and not forget stuff. Who goes first? Player 2. All right, that's going to be Mazahedron. Let's go over to his area and see what he's going to do. Okay, well, he has a Spark in Breach 2, and he has Jagged Lightning in Breach 1. So he's going to cast the Jagged Lightning first. This is deal 3 damage. You may discard a card in hand if you do. Any player focuses their closed breach with the lowest focus cost. And I think he is going to discard 1 crystal to do that. So he's going to cast the spell first, then he'll deal 3 damage. He's going to take 1 damage himself to be able to deal the 3 damage to 3 husks. We'll get them off of there, so that's how that works. Then he's going to discard this 1 crystal, which will then allow him to focus 1 of the breaches for Kadir. Before we do that, he's also going to then cast his Spark, which will then knock another husk off the board. So let's go over to Kadir and have her focus the lowest cost breach. All right, so Kadir's 2 closed breaches. This is cost 3 to focus and 4 to focus. So this one will get focused once for Mazahedron playing that spell. So there we go. Back to Mazahedron. He now has cards to play. All right, so carrying on with Mazahedron's turn. Mazahedron, Maz for short. He is going to prep Carbonize to open Breach 1. And that leaves him with his World Heart Shard. He can either gain 1, 2, 3 to purchase for himself, or he can gain 2 ether that can only be used to gain a card. Place the next card you gain this turn on top of your ally's discard pile. So he can purchase a 4 card and give it to Kadir, or a 3 card for himself. I think he's going to get a 3 card for himself. So he's going to spend 3 ether, and he's going to get another one of these Conclave scrolls. It's going to give him charges when it shows up, and when this card pile is empty, you can destroy a card on any ally's discard pile. The top of any ally, so any other person's discard pile. So he'll purchase that, and then he's going to put these in any order, and he gets to gain, oh no, he gains a charge when he gets that card in his hand. All right, so that's basically his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for his next turn. He has a crystal. Now he has the Conclave scroll he bought from before, and a couple of sparks. All right, don't know if I'm playing well. I guess we'll find out if I win or lose. All right, we're going to find out who goes next in the turn order. All right, turn order time again, and up next is player 1. All right. Well, we're going to have Kadir take her turn. All right, Kadir has no prepped spells, so she's going to go right into playing her cards. So she's going to, what is she going to do? Yeah, she's going to take this Emerald Shard again. Any player gains 1 life. She's going to give a life back to Mazahedron. He's going to go from 8 hit points to 9. she will prep the Kindle to an open, and you might also prep a Spark to this breach that it's prepped to. So she can prep Kindle and Spark. The open breach, that leaves her 2 ether left, and with her 2 ether left, she will once again get another charge. She's almost ready to use Otherworldly Gate. And now she can discard her cards in any order, so she'll put Emerald Shard and those 2 like that. She's going to drop for her next hand. She gets the Leeching Agate. These flip over. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's going to give her hand is going to look like this: Vortex, Gauntlet, Spark, Spark, Feral Lightning, and Leeching Agate. It's going to be her next hand. All right, back we go to find out who is going to have their next turn. All right, turn order deck again. And who is up next? Player 2. Oh boy, is the Nemesis going to have a double whammy at the end? I don't know. Player 2, which means Mezhadron gets to go. Alright, so Mezhadron here has Carbonize prepped, and this one lets us look at the top card of the turn order deck, and we can put it on the bottom if we want. But first we're going to deal 3 damage. And what do we want to do with that? Anyways, spell. I think he's going to take another damage from 9 health down to 8 so that he can take out 3 husks. So he's going to do that. Leaves only 1 husk on the track. Reveal the top card of the turn order deck. You may place that card on the bottom of the turn order deck. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to do that. He looks at the top card. It's the Nemesis. Now, do we want to let the Nemesis go next, or do we want to put him on the bottom? I think we're going to put it on the bottom, which may in fact make him go twice in a row at the end anyway, but I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're putting it on the bottom. All right, now Mezhadron gets to play cards. He has Crystal, Crystal, Conclave Scroll. So he's going to play Conclave Scroll. This card, gain 1 charge. So he's going to gain his first charge. All right. If this supplies card is empty, it is not. So that's not going to trigger. He has 2 Sparks. Of course, he will prep the 2 Sparks. He has 2 open breaches. And he has 2 crystals. For 2 ether, he will get himself another charge. Now, of course, his special ability is you may gain a gem that costs 4 ether or less from any supply pile, and Gravehold will gain 4 life. If he triggers it with a full amount of charges, that's the end of his turn. He's going to take his cards, put them back in any order. He's going to drop 5 cards, so he gets a crystal, 3, 4 off the top of the flipped over discard pile. So his hand for next time is going to be Conclave Scroll, Spark, Crystal, Jagged Lightning, and another crystal. All right, I don't know. I've got to build up more. Now we're going to find out who is going next. Well, we know the last card in the pile now is the Nemesis. It just depends what this one is. It's the Nemesis. All right, well, okay. At least Kadir will get to go before the Nemesis last turn. So Nemesis goes. No cards in play. We're going to draw a Nemesis card. No, what is this? Oh my god, Chaos Flail. It's a power card. It's going to get 2 on it. To discard, spend 7 ether. Whoa! Power unleashed twice. Holy mackerel. Any player places their discard pile on top of their deck and shuffles it. Then that player reveals the top 2 cards of their deck and destroys the most expensive card revealed. Huh! That is not pleasant. Okay, well, we're going to put a die on there with a 2 on it. It's basically 2 charges on here. When the 2 charges come off, that's going to trigger. And the unleash for Carapace Queen is add 2 husks into play. There's only 1 husk there now. That was basically the Carapace Queen's turn, Nemesis turn. Up next, we know it should be player 1 because the Nemesis card's on the bottom. Player 1, of course, gets to go next. And so we're going to have Kadir go. Let's go to her area, see what she wants to do. All right, Kadir has a Spark. prepped, so she's going to cast it first. No, she's not. She's going to cast the Kindle first, which does 3. While prepped during your main phase, you may also prep 1 spark. Yeah, okay. She's going to cast to do 3 damage, and she's going to do that to the Carapace Queen. Carapace Queen is going to drop to 51 hit points. So we're slowly whittling her down, I hope. And then she's going to cast the Spark spell to take out the last husk on the husk tracker. So they're all gone. That's all her spells cast. And now it is time for her to play her cards. She has Spark, Spark, Vortex Gauntlet, and Feral Lightning. Okay. And, yeah. All right. Well, what are we going to do? She is going to cast, or she's going to prep Feral Lightning. The spell may be prepped to a closed breach without focusing or opening it. So she's going to put it onto that breach. I think this is going to work well. So now, and she'll also prep the 2 spark spells to open breach 1, open breach 2. Now she will play Vortex Gauntlet. Cast any player's prepped spell. Well, gee, look at that. There's a prepped spell. Return that spell to the player's hand. So she's going to play this, casting Feral Lightning, which goes back into her hand, deals 3 damage. So we're going to deal 3 more damage to the Carapace Queen. 3 more damage is going to take it to 48 hit points. And that spell goes back in her hand because of the Vortex Gauntlet. So guess what? She'll prep it again up to breach 3 because it can go to any closed breach. And now she has 2 ether to spend, and with her 2 ether to spend, she is going to put that on there. And I think she's not going to activate the Otherworldly Gate right now. I think that's going to be the end of her turn, and so she gets to put her cards in the order. So she'll put Vortex Gauntlet, Leeching Agate here, and she gets to draw 5 new cards for her next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope I haven't messed things up. And she has Crystal, 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 and Leeching Agate. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to give her a total of 6 ether when she has her next turn. All right, not bad, I don't think. But of course, we know the Nemesis goes up next, and so let's have a look at that. All right, so up last for the episode, we know because as Hadron put it on the bottom, yep, indeed, the Nemesis gets to go. Well, how does the Nemesis go? We look at the cards first. This has 2 charges on it. One of them goes away, down to 1 charge. This Chaos Flail is nasty, but 7 ether to get rid of it? Wow. I don't think we've been able to even muster 7 ether yet in the entire game. All right, let's not forget, we now have to pull a Nemesis card. And the Nemesis card, oh man, is another minion. 3 health only. Cauterizer minion. All right, when damage is dealt to this minion, reduce the damage to 1. Okay, persistent. Any player suffers damage equal to the minion's current life. Ooh. This guy we do not want hanging around if we can help it. So we're going to put 3 on their little die with a 3 on it. Wow, that's 2 really unpleasant cards now out into play for the Nemesis. Not so good. Not so good. All right. And we're going to give these a little bit of a quick shuffle, and we'll shuffle again at the beginning of the next episode. All right, we're playing against a Carapace Queen, down to 48 hit points. Gravehold down to 27. We have no husks in play at the moment. We do have this Chaos Flail just about ready to trigger the next Nemesis turn, basically. The Cauterizer now, which is, wow, he's brutal. He will do 3 damage. We got to start hitting him, but we can only do 1 damage at a time to him. So that's not bad. It says when damage is dealt. Okay, so spark spells will be good to get rid of him. You do multiple spark. So any spell you hit at him is reduced to 1 damage. So when damage is dealt to this minion, reduce the damage to 1. Yeah, so sparks are good for getting rid of him, at least. All right, well, thanks so much for watching along. This is Aeon's End, again with the War Eternal and the base game and its first two expansions mixed together. We're playing against the Carapace Queen, and Meshadron's health is at 8, and Kadir's health is at 10, Gravehold 27, Nemesis 48. All right, thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, your subscriptions, your likes. Really appreciate it. So join me next time for the continuation of our two heroes battling against the Carapace Queen.